Today, we're smoking a beef rib roast. So if you're a fan of beef and barbecue, and you have a gas grill or smoker, stay tuned because this recipe is up next. Here I've got about a 9-pound beef rib roast. You can see that this beef is ungraded, and at $4.58 a pound, our total purchase price is about $42. And though I like fat cooked with my beef, just like a brisket, we're going to have to trim this thing up a bit. And by looking down one side here, you can see it's fairly lean, and it's a nice thick portion of beef ribs. The silver skin that runs all the way down the length of this beef is my biggest concern. But in order to remove that, we'll have to peel back the layers of this fat first and some of the beef on the lower portion of the meat. It's not a difficult task, you've just got to be careful with your knife. By pressing down on the blade like this, firmly, and then using the sharp edge of your blade, you can easily separate that fat from the beef. Some of it will easily peel back with just a little pressure with your fingers. Then you can get back in there with your knife and repeat the same process. Now, if you'll notice here, this isn't just a layer of fat that we're removing from the silver skin. It's a really good thick portion of beef. In fact, if you remove that thin layer of fat from this thick portion of beef, season it up, you'll have the best steak you've ever had in your life. And that's how you reveal the silver skin. And I'll show you how to remove that here in a minute. Because we still need to remove another fat layer here up on the bones. Now, you don't have to remove this if you don't want to. You can leave it on. But there is such a thing as too much fat. Besides, it only takes a few more minutes, and it really cleans up your beef ribs. As you can see, this piece right here is 99% fat. So we'll just remove that. If you take a look here, we got a nice, thin, even layer down the whole side of the bones. And this membrane can be removed. I usually take it off of my pork ribs, but I'm going to leave it on with this thick beef portion as we smoke because it's going to cook longer and hold in that moisture with that fat. Now let's remove that skin. The tip of your blade here on a really sharp knife will really help you remove this skin successfully. Again here, the idea is to remove the skin, not the beef. So you don't want a hack job on this. You want to do it nice and easy like this here. A little pressure down, the blade pulling up on the skin is the best technique. Towards the bottom, you can usually just tear off the rest. Then whatever silver skin's left here, just get back in there with your knife and remove it till it's gone. Eventually, you'll have a beef rib roast that looks something like this. And you'll only spend about 10 minutes doing it. Now, when it comes to seasoning, I just like to use straight kosher salt and black pepper. Some folks use olive oil or hot sauce to make it stick, but I'm just using the straight seasoning. Again, you can remove this membrane if you want, but I'm going to leave it. Just take a paper towel, grab the edge, and it'll rip right off all the way down the length. But at this point, we're pretty much ready to hit the grill. Now, on my grill here, I've got 3 burners. I'm only going to turn on the front burner here that runs up the side as well. We need to run indirect heat over here in this corner. Bone side down is the key here when you lay it down on the grill. Now here I've got a smoke tube full of pellets. I'm just going to fire up for my smoke. Then I'm going to drop the lid here for several hours and run the heat at about 275 degrees Fahrenheit. In the meantime, I need to eat. Remember that thick piece of beef we cut off the ribs? Look at this steak. I cleaned it up, put it in the pan with some oil, butter, some garlic, and this is how it turned out. And I'm telling you, this is some filet mignon style tender beef. And I'm telling you, the flavor here is just unreal. Remarkable even. You save that oil, butter, garlic, ooh, just dip that right in there. Look at this. Let's take a bite. Okay, lid up. After several hours here, you can see it's got some color, so we're going to just spray it here with some water. Keep it moist so it doesn't get too crispy on the edges and whatnot. Now I've stuck a thermometer in one end so we can monitor the internal temp. As soon as it reaches 200 degrees Fahrenheit, we can pull it out and admire the bark. This spent approximately 9 hours on my grill. I added more pellets to my smoke tube a second time. And this is the ultimate results right here. I just love that Coca-Cola coloring. But let's go ahead and cut it right in half here. Go right through the center of that membrane. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let's take a look here. Now at first glance I thought, gosh, that kind of looks dry. To give a little squish test here, you can see how much moisture and how tender it is. It actually isn't dry at all. But let's go ahead and cut a full piece out of there and take a look. Ooh, look at that. Juicy. And there you have it. A smoked beef rib roast right here in the Poor Man's Gourmet Kitchen. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stop by PoorMansGourmetKitchen.com for more recipes and exact ingredients.